I welcome the viewers to this episode. The episode will be all about lies and deceptions of the politicians. Lies and deceptions of the politicians. May the Heavenly Father sanctify us, bless the show, sanctify the show, speak through me. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. And before I continue the show, I want you to watch this little video clip. Afterwards, I will continue analyzing on the video clip.
There are so many things going wrong.
But Malam, would it be fair, right, after just 2 years of a 4-year mandate, for you to bring down the roof and criticize this government that has not really unveiled and unraveled all of his plan that he planned for 4 years? It's a 4-year plan, but it's just halfway done, and you think that this government is a failure. In fact, you call this government evil. Is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
It is fair, and I'm the only person qualified to call it evil because I know evil when I see it.
So this
Because
government is evil?
It is.
How? In what way?
30 million people.
Once again, I welcome the viewers to the show. The question I will ask the people is that, what do you think about El Rufai in this particular interview? What do you think? How would you judge El Rufai? How would you judge him? Is El Rufai somebody full of lies and deception, or is El Rufai saying the right thing? For me, listening to the interview, number one, for me, most of the politicians are liars. Believe it, don't trust any politician. Politics is a game created by the devil. Through politics, Satan won Eve to his side. Through politics, Satan won Eve to his side. And it is the same thing that is still going on in our time. Repetition of spirit, repetition of events. When you listen to most of the politicians, most of them, they will boast of so many things, but at the end of the day, they will do nothing. Politicians will boast that they will create infrastructures, create businesses, make life easy for the people, but at the end of the day, they will eat up all the money allocated to them during their time of governing. So listen to El Rufai. What I will say is, most of these things coming from El Rufai are lies and deception. You need to, if you are somebody that can read the expression of people, it is very easy to see through El Rufai, boasting about what he could not achieve in 2 years, criticizing the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that so far, just in 2 years and few months, he has not achieved anything. Criticizing the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu that so far Tinubu is one of the worst presidents. And when you look at the situation of Nigeria since the 60s, I mean, I would say since the 70s to this present moment, everything has been on the degenerating level. Degenerating level. No improvement, nothing. And for the little achievement that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has achieved so far, believe it, putting so many presidents of Nigeria, putting 5 presidents of Nigeria together so far, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has achieved more than what they could achieve. Believe it. Number one, it is not possible for any president to perform miracle even under 4 years. To perform miracle to stabilize the present condition of the nation they call Nigeria. It is never possible. A nation that has been degenerating day in, day out, degenerating. So when you listen to a politician like El-Rufai, boasting that within 2 years I will achieve more than what President Tinubu has achieved so far. I will perform miracle. No, such a man is deceiving, is lying and deceiving the people. That is the deceptive nature of politicians. Look at El-Rufai, boasting. Oh, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the worst How is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the worst president so far? Because El-Rufai is only after his own political agenda. Meaning the new party they are forming, it will be based on lies and deception. When you see one of the people of the party, one of the party members, boasting, condemning, criticizing the present government that has been trying to create bilateral contracts for the nation, creating so many things for the nation. But you see politicians that are liars and deceptive in nature coming out to criticize Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Number one, most of these politicians don't even understand how to run a country. Believe it, most of these politicians, they don't know how to run a country. All their concern is how to be elected and destroy the nation again. Because it is not possible, to be blaming president for all the shortcomings of every state in a country. It is not the work of the president to govern states. State governors were elected to carry out the development of the state. State government, local government, they are in charge of the state, not the president. You see politicians that they are after their own political agenda, criticizing president for the shortcoming of governors. These people will never go to governors that are not doing anything, governors that are embezzling money allocated to their state, governors that after their tenure in office, they will leave the whole state in a condition whereby another governor will be struggling to do what? To develop the state. Is this the problem of the president? If El Rufai should understand the functions of the federal government, the functions of the president, and the functions of the state and local government, El Rufai will definitely not blame President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What are you blaming? Are you blaming President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for development in Lagos State, in Benue State, in Zamfara State, or in Imo State? Are you blaming the president for that? Is the president to be blamed for those, for lack of development, lack of creating infrastructures? Is the government to be blamed for the conditions that the states are in today? So, El Rufai needs to learn more about how to govern a country than criticizing the president for the shortcoming of every state. The federal government is in charge of creating bilateral contracts for the nation. The federal government is in charge of national security. The federal government is in charge of creating security for Nigeria. The president is not. Is it possible for the president to split himself into 34 states? Governors were elected to do that job. Local government chairmen were elected to take care of every local government. So, for any shortcoming of any state, the local government should be held responsible. For any shortcoming, allocation was allocated to governors. So, what have they done with the allocation per se? Allocation is being given to local government. What have they done with the allocation? How many roads? How many modern marketplaces have they created? How many business generating revenue have they created? The governors are not just there to be stooges. They are not just there to be figureheads. This responsibility of a governor and local government council is to create a good condition for the people of the state, to create infrastructures, to create business generating revenue for the state, to create modern market. Look at the old states. The market they are having is for the past 30 years is the same market. When you go to developed nation, what do? They reconstruct, renew, rebuild everything over and over. But you will see in a state, the same market that has been there for the past 40 years is still the same market. On a normal day, every state in the place they call Nigeria should have modern market. Every state, a clean and modern market. Tell me, what is the work of a local government? In a local government, there is a marketplace. What is the local government doing to reconstruct that old market? That old market that has been there for the past 40 years. what is the local government doing to create a formidable market whereby even the market will be generating money for the government. But every allocation allocated to governors, to local government chairmen, what they do is to embezzle everything. And after, they leave their shortcoming for the next governor. The next governor will repeat the same thing. So, are we to blame the president for the shortcoming of governors or the shortcoming of local government chairmen? Are we to blame the president or the governors and the local government chairmen? Now, if allocation was allocated to a particular governor and to local government council of a state, and the governor embezzled the money, and the local government councils embezzled the money, is the president to be held responsible for the embezzlement, or the governor of that state and the local government chairman of that state? Definitely, the governor of that state should be held responsible, not the president. So when everybody is complaining, oh, this state is more favored than this state, it is not favor. The person you should ask is your governor. Why is your state not developed like this particular state? What is your governor doing? Not to attack the president for everything. The president is not in charge of creating infrastructures, social amenities, creating conditions whereby the people of that state will be benefiting from. It is the work of the local government. Nobody should blame the president for the responsibilities of the governor or the responsibilities of the local government chairman. We are not taking the bulls by the horn. This is our problem. We are not taking the bulls by the horn. Take the bulls by the horn. Blame who is to be blamed. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is busy going to Brazil, to this place, to create bilateral contracts, businesses that will generate revenue for the whole nation. That is the work of president. And so far, what we are witnessing is doing his job. That is his job. Nobody can criticize him for doing his job. But when anything is not running properly in a state, the people of that state, the indigenous of that state, you have to find a way to bring your governor or your local government chairman. You have to find a way to bring them. You have to find a way to judge them. Don't judge the president. You judge the governor for his shortcoming. You judge the local government chairman for their shortcoming. I think this is where every state, they need to create a kind of check and balance government that will be checking their governor and checking their local government chairman. Because the problem we are having is the problem of, number one, governors. Number two, local government chairmen. Look at the street. Is it the work of the president to go to Anambra and say, at the street in so street, the street in so place, you have to reconstruct, or you have to You have to tar the street. Is it the job of the president to go to Benue State and say there is a particular street, the street is not well constructed, or the street is dilapidated, that they have to reconstruct? The president, such assignment is not for the president. Let us call a spade a spade. The president is in charge of security for the nation, is in charge of creating bilateral trade that will be generating revenue for the country. This is the work of the president. And when there is something that every governors, they need to come together and say, we are having this problem. They come together and say, and take, when there is problem, take this something to the president, for the president to come in, and they will now create a consensus that, okay, let us do it this way, maybe it will be better this way. But how many times have the governors of every state come together and say, in my state, the teachers are having this problem, the teachers of this state, they are having the same problem, the teachers of that state, they are having the same problem. Then the old governors will now come together and say, what do we do? Let us take the matter to the president. This is one of the assignments of the president. When all the governors, after they might have deliberated on a matter, they take the matter to the president. Now they create a consensus whereby they find a way to find solution to the problem of maybe educational institutions, health institutions, and other institutions. But for the president to be creating infrastructures for every street in 34 states, that is absurd. For president to be creating business generating revenue for the state, that is absurd. It's not possible. For president to be creating modern market for every local government of 34 states, is it possible? Then why do we have local government chairmen? Why do we have them? Why do we have governors? Look, any shortcoming in any state or local government, the people of that state and that local government, the person to hold responsible is your governor and your local government chairman, not the president. Because allocation is being given to every governors, to every local government. So now when you are blaming, look, the assignment where we can blame the president is when the president is not allocating the allocation that is for a particular state. When he's not allocating it to that state, that is when we can say, okay, this particular state, they've not been paid their allocation for, so that is where we can blame the federal government, the president of a nation. And for so far, what El-Rufai said in that particular video, something shows El-Rufai lacks the knowledge of running a country. And believe it is not possible for anybody to perform wonder under 2 years, because El-Rufai is criticizing Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his own political ambition, not for the truth or the fact. Not because of the truth or the fact, for his own political agenda. Look at his face, look at his expression. Even look, somebody that doesn't give a damn about what you say, what you said about him. He said how you feel about him. He doesn't care. You can look to make such to have somebody like that as a politician or a candidate for presidency. Believe it, you got it all wrong. Somebody that doesn't even care for the feelings of the people. So when somebody, if somebody like that should be president today, do you know what? After destroying the nation, destroying everything, do you know what he will say? He will say, "I don't care." He say what you. He say, "Feel how you feel. I don't care." Is that why? Look, study the character. So, study what he said. He said, "I don't care. How you feel, I don't care. And say what you want to say. I don't care." And you are criticizing a president that till now is only 2 years and few months in the office, and this president has achieved so many things. But you don't expect everything to come into revelation now. It is a gradual process. Look, now when you see the food sector, how they are creating ways whereby to make things cheap, you will know that this particular president, this particular president is doing a good job and going about signing bilateral trade that will generate revenue for Nigeria. He's doing a lot. But no president, anybody that says in 2 years they will perform miracle, no, automatically that person is a lie and deception. It's not possible. A country that has been in Nigeria has been degenerating for the past 50, 60 years. Nothing, no improvement. And you expect one person to perform miracle. It's not possible. And anybody that says, believe it, I will be better than Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ask the person, now, if you are president, if you are elected, give us the agenda. How are you going to make everything within 2 years? How are you going to make Nigeria number one, the living condition of Nigeria to be number one? Ask the person. Tell the person to give you agenda. What they do is to make mouth. No agenda. They even lack the knowledge. They don't even know they don't even have the knowledge how to make the condition of Nigerians better. Believe it. So, people, be careful of politicians that they are full of lies and deception. No politician or no president can perform miracle even 4 years in office. They cannot perform miracle in Nigeria. Believe it. It's not possible. Ask El-Rufai. El-Rufai, after you might have won the election, now all the money you spent on campaign, billions upon billions of naira, how are you going to get the money back? Because you said in 2 years, you will create a well formidable condition for Nigeria. But all the money you spend during campaign, how are you going to get it back? That is where you will see that most of them are lying. Most of them, when they get to office, you know what they do? For the first, they will be embezzling money to recover the money they spend on campaign, and to make more. At the end of they will loot Nigeria and leave Nigeria in a state of in a state of a mess, and they will mess up the own country, and they will give it. They know, because after committing atrocity, nobody will arrest them. They will leave they will leave their mess to the next president. So number one, every state should start holding their governors, local government chairmen responsible for any shortcoming. Don't blame president for everything. What is your state governor doing? What is your local government chairman? What are they doing? They are in charge of the state and local government, not the president. The president, the functions of the president is totally different from going to every state or going to every city, because lack of understanding, you see everybody complain, oh, our street is dead, our street is left unrepaired. Brother Ahmed Tinubu, do you know a street in Aba is dilapidated? Please, is that the work of president? You are not calling your governor to responsibility. You are calling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There is a street in Ajegunle. The president don't even know the president doesn't even know the street. There is a street in Bauchi. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What is your governor and local government chairman doing? We want to blame everything on the president, because we lack the knowledge of how to run a country. Hold your governors and your state local government responsible for any shortcoming in every state. We hold the central government for not creating bilateral trade, revenue, a way to generate revenue. That is where we blame the federal government. On security issue concerning the whole nation, that is where we blame the president. Not on petty things like governors and what governors supposed to do or what local government supposed to do. Politicians that are boasting of performing miracle within 2 years, they are liars and deceptive. This is where I will end the show.